All right, let's talk about something a lot of us feel, but maybe don't really talk about. That secret sinking feeling in your gut when someone says they have a surprise for you. We're going to get into exactly why that happens.
You know the moment someone says those 5 little words, and instead of getting excited, your stomach just plummets. You kind of force a smile, you say, "Oh, that's great," but on the inside, your brain is just screaming, "Well, there goes my entire plan for the day." It's this jolt of pure panic, right? This feeling that your carefully built sense of calm is about to get totally wiped out.
So, which is it for you? Excitement or panic? If your first instinct is panic, then you're in the right place. And I want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not broken, and you are definitely not alone. There's some very real psychology going on here.
Okay, so let's really get into it. Hating surprises isn't some kind of personality flaw. I'm sure you've heard it all. You're a control freak, or just learn to go with the flow. But the truth is, it's so much deeper than that. It's all about this fundamental, hardwired need for safety and predictability.
And here is the big reframe we all need to make. This has nothing to do with being rigid or, being no fun. The truth is, when life feels kind of chaotic, your brain starts desperately searching for something predictable, something it can latch onto. It's a straight-up biological strategy for keeping your emotions in check.
So it turns out, not all surprise haters are built the same. Psychologists have actually pinpointed 3 pretty distinct profiles. We're going to break down each one, and I bet you'll see yourself in at least one of these. First up, we have the Overthinker Strategist. Now, this person doesn't hate fun, not at all. What they hate is being caught off guard. Their whole sense of peace is built on being ready for absolutely anything and everything. Think about it this way. Before the Overthinker Strategist even walks out the door, their brain has already run like a dozen simulations of what could happen. They've already spotted the potential problems, they've mentally mapped out all the fire exits, and they've already processed how they'd feel in the worst-case scenario. So for them, chaos isn't some thrilling adventure. It's just boring. They've already thought through it. So when a surprise pops up and the plan changes, it's not a fun little twist. It's this massive jolt to their system that forces their brain to exhaustingly recalculate everything. So it's so important to get this. To them, a surprise isn't a gift. What you're actually doing is taking their perfectly arranged mental chessboard and just flipping it right over. All that work they did to feel in control, poof, it's gone in an instant.
Okay, let's move on to our second type. This is the sanctuary guard. For this person, it all boils down to one thing: protecting their energy and their inner peace.
For the sanctuary guard, predictability isn't just a preference, it's a coping mechanism. Their home, their routine, that schedule they stick to, these things are their emotional reset button. When things feel all messy and chaotic on the inside, creating order on the outside is how they cope. This means they have a really deep need for their own space and super strong emotional boundaries. A surprise forces them to suddenly put on a mask, right? To perform socially when they were totally unprepared for it. And that just quietly drains their battery until they're running on empty. I absolutely love this metaphor. A surprise isn't always some big disaster. It's more like a little pebble dropped into their perfectly still, calm pond. Nothing terrible has happened, but the ripples just disrupt everything, and it takes so much energy to get back to that place of stillness. And now, let's talk about our third and final type, the chaos survivor. And this one goes deep. For a lot of people, this is the one that finally explains a lifetime of anxiety around the unknown. This person avoids surprises because somewhere in their past, unexpected was almost never good news. If you grew up in a home that was unstable or chaotic, you know that a sudden change in plans didn't usually mean a surprise party. It often meant tension or stress or maybe even something scary. So their nervous system literally learned that the unknown is a threat. As an adult, what do? They work really hard to create the calm and stability they never had as a kid by demanding total predictability. For them, knowing exactly what's coming next isn't about being controlling, it is the purest, truest form of comfort they can feel.
So let's just bring it all together real quick. You've got the Overthinker Strategist, who needs cognitive control. Then there's the Sanctuary Guard, who needs to protect their emotional energy. And finally, the Chaos Survivor, who needs to feel physically and emotionally safe. 3 very different reasons, all leading to that same gut punch reaction to surprises.
And all of this brings us to the most important thing I want you to take away from this. If you recognized yourself in any of this, please hear me when I say this. There is nothing wrong with you.
Your need for a strict plan is not a flaw. It's your own highly advanced, personally developed way of creating peace for yourself in what can be a really overwhelming world. You're not being dramatic, you're not being controlling, you just understand, on a very deep level, what your mind needs to feel calm and safe.
So after digging into all of this, the big question is, which one are you? The overthinker strategist? The sanctuary guard? The chaos survivor? Maybe a mix? Figuring out why you need that plan is the very first step to being able to honor that need without ever having to apologize for it.